Hello.
Happy Sunday.
That was the YouTube look. You can't really see what you're doing down there.
No.
Let me adjust this.
Facebook, I can just tilt the camera for you guys. There we are. I'll be showing you. This is my 6-inch skillet that I'll be using. You don't have to use a 6-inch skillet. You can just not make this deep dish and just like bake your ground beef on parchment paper on a baking sheet, like similar to the chicken crust pizza. Or you could use a skillet as well, an oven safe skillet, a larger one, and just make it a smaller pie pizza. Hello everyone on Facebook.
Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna get.
That's fine. I'll show.
You'll hold it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pardon my big hoodie. It's really cold in our house right now.
It is.
So
The air conditioner just got fixed.
yeah, so we've been really taking advantage of it.
And we have a really good podcast today.
Yes, with William Schufelt. So definitely check that out.
It's about carnivore diet. He does a carnivore diet, but it's more than just like the surface level info. I think it's like a little bit more involved, like
It is.
supplementing, things to think about.
And he's really well spoken and just shares a lot of great knowledge, things that we didn't know, that we didn't think about. So it's a great conversation. Definitely listen to that. And for those of you cooking along, preheat your oven right now to 400 degrees.
One sec, I'm trying to get to the chat.
And then we also released a video on YouTube today. It was the top 10 11 pieces of advice that you hear on keto in skit form.
What'd you guys think of the skits? Some people said our acting was terrible.
I mean, yeah, we're not actors. So I'm comfortable with admitting that I'm a terrible actress.
Did you tell them what we're making?
Yeah, Meatza Party.
Oh.
We're making a meatza, guys. So we're doing a deep dish one in a 6-inch skillet. Like I said, you can just do it on a baking sheet with parchment paper.
We've
We're on a bigger
never
skillet.
made this before.
No, we have not made this before, but I'm excited to see how it turns out. Oh, nice lighting. Your phone is so dark. Do you have like a...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Are you live? We are live. I've been doing carnivore 6 days a week and getting veggies as carbs on day 7. It's been working well. My body feels great. That's great if that works
How
for you.
does that work with your digestion? Like on the 7th day when you just eat all the veggies?
Yeah.
I'm 17 and started keto this summer. Lost 40 pounds. Used to get bullied. Now I weigh 145. Thank you. That's great. I guess bullying's bad though, but yeah, kids in high school and stuff are just so mean. I remember back to me being
Middle
in
school
high
too.
Middle school.
Just found comfy cheese. Had to go to 4 different stores. Can't wait to try it.
I wish you guys elaborated more on your claims on your latest video, especially the veggie one. The fact that you should count veggies as carbs.
I feel like that's so self-explanatory.
Yeah, the
When
fact
you're
that you should
eating
just
it.
count everything that you eat as part of your nutrition.
Why wouldn't you count though? I guess. And then what are you getting your carbs from? Like the 20 net, you're just getting it from like customers and things like that.
So like there's no benefit comes from not counting something that counts. Like if you want to just have more veggies daily, that's fine.
fine.
But like if you want to pretend like
They don't count.
then that's not fine because you're just lying to yourself.
Right. So just be honest. It's not, especially if you're already like really fat adapted, it's not a big deal to go over on your veggies or eat a little more veggies. Like just, but if you're tracking, know that they count. What?
I did keto successfully for 4 months and then took off for a vacation, and now I can't find the motivation. This seems to be pretty common. Once you stop, it's kind of hard to get back on.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it would be really just like looking back and thinking about how it made me feel and why I enjoyed doing keto diet or why I stuck to it for 4 months, and really just trying to like use that as motivation.
I've lost 36 pounds and my blood sugar is down to 5.5.
Nice. Should you count leafy greens? Yeah, I think you should count everything. If you're eating it.
Keto is hard money-wise for me. It can be a little harder for sure, but how much you can do it on like probably $5 to $10 a day, I think. $300 a month. That's, I guess when I was in college, I was probably eating. I had the dorm pass thing actually. That's like pretty expensive, like $15 per meal.
They really rip you off on that.
Yeah, I think you can do it for like $5 to $10. We have a video, meal prepping for $5 a day.
If you meal prep like a big hunk of meat or like a whole chicken, what's that? I have a hard time because I'm lactose intolerant. I purchased your meal plan. It works for my boyfriend, but not for me. So yeah, our meal plan, the keto meal plan for weight loss, does have uses cheese and dairy in a lot of the recipes. So if you are not going to use that, you can just swap in something throughout the other meals or throughout the day that has similar macros and still do really well. It's a little more work, but it'll be better off for you.
I'm in India and I started keto 1 month back and lost 8 kilograms, but became constipated, taking more protein and less carbs. Any advice? So that's it. Yeah, like when you switch to keto from a really high carb diet, it's a huge drop in the amount of fiber you're eating each day. So you're gonna have just like a mix up with your digestion. It takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
Like what you can do to help that is drinking more water seems to help. Like magnesium can help a little bit, but I think it's not like a permanent state of being constipated, I would say. It's more of just your body adjusting. You had a $5 a day post, didn't you? Yeah, we did.
You guys have helped me save my life. I'm in a wheelchair, went from 353 to 261 in 9 months. Wow. No more wheelchair. I love you guys. We love you too. Congratulations on that. That's amazing. You did all the work.
I work in a cereal factory and I'm literally covered head to toe in sugar, wheat, and corn dust. Corn dust?
That's rough.
How do I count those carbs? Your YouTube video this morning, shared it strategically to all my Prove It Pusher friends.
That's funny.
The Prove It Pushers are the worst.
Is Matt single? Asking for a friend.
Nope. A lot of people ask if you have a sister.
Oh, if I have a sister?
Yeah.
No, I have a brother. Do you like buy meats from Whole Foods? We don't often buy from Whole Foods. It is really pricey, but if we are in Whole Foods for a particular reason and we walk by the meat counter and they have like a beautiful ribeye I can't take my eyes off of, I will snag it. And then some they have smoked meats that we'll get often, but yeah, we don't like exclusively go to Whole Foods by any means.
I think the place we haven't been there in a while, but the best place to buy meat is probably Costco. Because you get like a slab of New York strip steaks with like a lot of fat on them.
A nice fat cat.
It's like $6 a pound. So a pound of steak, that's like probably 12 to 1,500 calories right there. So that's like a day's worth of eating almost just off the steak, $6. So factor that into your budget.
All right, I'm gonna start getting this meatza going. So as I mentioned, I think I did preheating your oven to 400 degrees. And in this bowl, I had 12 ounces originally, but 12 looks
way too much.
Like a lot for this little guy. So I took some out. I think it's anywhere from like 8 to 9 ounces, and I'm just gonna work with it. It'll be a thick bottom. Maybe.
I don't want it to be that thick.
Okay, so now we'll remove some meat, because Matt wants me to.
I know MCT oil is a necessity, but I'm scared of the stomach horror stories. Who told you MCT oil is a necessity? It's like a nice to have luxury item, I would say. And to avoid the stomach horror stories, you just gotta start kind of slow. Like probably a half a teaspoon to start with. How much meat are you taking out?
I'm taking out 4 ounces, so we'll have 8 in total.
Okay, 8 ounces now.
8 in the bowl.
I like Prove It ketones because they help with constipation and give me crazy energy. Not because I think their
I love
ketosis
that.
cheap. So what do you think in there gives you the crazy energy? Do you think it's the ketones, or do you think it's the 300 milligrams of caffeine?
Answer, it's the caffeine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have my 8 ounces of ground beef here. We're using 80-20. It might get a little messy, but we want to do it anyway. But like probably 90-10 would be better because there's less oil coming off or fat coming off of the meat. I'm just gonna add in 1 egg.
This is 80-20.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna mix it using my hands.
Do you think I should eat organic meat? I would say it's up to you. It's like very budget dependent.
Actually, before I mix the egg and the ground beef, I'm gonna add in the seasoning. So you can add whatever seasonings you want. I'm gonna go oregano. Just like a bunch. Probably like half a teaspoon.
Yeah.
Half a teaspoon. And then I have this mix of seasoning right here. It's an organic, I don't know why I said organic. It's garlic pepper, but it also has onion powder, garlic powder, parsley. So I'm just gonna add in a bunch of this, and it also has salt in it. But if you don't have salt in any of your seasonings, I would say add about half a teaspoon, a quarter to a half a teaspoon, because we're gonna be adding a lot of toppings that already have a lot of salt in them.
Can you explain how sugar alcohol is calculated in net carbs? Well, the best way I think is to check out the video we made where we test all the different sweeteners, because they're all counted differently. So erythritol we subtract entirely. For things like xylitol, you probably want to count half of it, and for maltitol, you pretty much want to count all of it as carbs. I just cheated. I ate an Egg McMuffin. I would say that is a decent cheat decision. Egg McMuffins
That's
are really
a terrible
delicious.
cheat decision.
Oh, I love
hate
Egg
egg
McMuffins. I think the only fault there was not going McGriddle.
Can you do a video for easy keto lunches? I feel like we have what are those videos where we do 3 quick recipes?
3 quick, yeah.
Yeah, using a rotisserie chicken. Those are good ones. The sandwiches, but yeah, we can.
We can do one of those.
We can do more keto lunches.
Do they sell Isopure in any stores? They do sell it at GNC once in a while, but you're better off getting it on Amazon. GNC is so overpriced with the protein powders, it's
Yes.
crazy. You go in there and you try buying like a Optimum Nutrition protein powder, it's like $20 a pound. On the internet, it's like 11 or 12.
Been keto for 4 months and not sure of weight loss, but of all depression, anxiety meds, but you're off of all your depression and anxiety meds, feeling fab, happy you two came into my life. That's amazing. That's way better than weight loss in my books.
Miguel Seha, $5 donation. Thanks, guys. There's conflicting info on veggies. Barry and Berg say don't count veggies. I'll just keep tweaking and see what works best. Thanks again. Yeah, I think that is the best approach.
Okay, I just put all my ground beef into my skillet, and now I'm just gonna form it out so it like makes the crust on the sides and then the bottom. If you're just doing this on a baking sheet, you can just flatten it out to the circle of your choosing. I would go pretty thin, like that thin, and then it'll be like even crispier. I like thin crust pizzas
So
generally.
you're just pressing it out.
Yeah,
Here, let me hold it. Or no, I guess.
I'll show them after I press it out.
Do you bake the crust first before?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna bake this before we top it and then bake it again.
Have you researched low glycemic diet? Keto is like an extremely low glycemic diet. But yeah,
But yeah, what?
I mean, have I researched the glycemic index? I've looked up the glycemic index. Could you balance out the sweets videos with regular meal videos, please? Yeah, we just had a regular meal video, I think, didn't we? The sheet pan.
Yep. We try to do a good balance for sure. But meals are pretty easy, straightforward because you can just make meat and veggies and you're good to go. But desserts is, I think, where people struggle the most when they're transitioning, especially.
Help, I've been eating popcorn. What can I eat instead? Unfortunately,
There's no
there really
perfect.
is no thing that you can sub in for popcorn. But pork rinds are probably the closest thing. They even make the bag of pork rinds you can microwave.
Or Parm Crisps,
Parm Crust is pretty good. Like when we go to the movies, we bring Parm Crust.
Cello Wisps,
Yeah.
and some like the fully cooked bacon slices.
Yeah, and I put some macadamia nuts in there. And last time, actually, I like this. So we put like macadamia nuts, Cello Wisps, like cheese crisps, and then Lily's chocolate chips. And then I forgot that the chocolate chips were in there. And then I bit one, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I always do those.
Chocolate chips.
I always do things like that, and then Matt's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, do it for me too." The salty sweet's a great mixture. Okay, I have morphed my ground beef to my skillet, and I'm just gonna put this in the oven that has already preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna go 15 minutes. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Do 15 minutes.
There's not a lot of room for toppings in there. I like to fill it up with toppings.
You want me to take out the
No,
ground
no,
beef?
go. That'll be good.
Jeez Louise.
I was interested in the no cow bar, but I saw IMO.
No cow cookies.
I've heard Mega say it's bad. What exactly is it and why is it bad? So IMO, it's like isomaltooligosaccharides. It's a form of fiber. It's what Quest used to use before they switched to corn fiber. And it's not as good as corn fiber. It impacts your glucose. There's like a study that's been done on it. It should be counted as half the carbs that it lists. So I think the no cow bars, they have like 14 grams or something in them. So it should be like 7 actual carbs.
But the no cow cookies are good to go.
Yeah, but the cookies they make, those use, what do they use? Tapioca fiber or
Yeah,
something?
tapioca, I think.
Can I eat keto-friendly ice cream every day if it fits my macros? I'm already at my goal weight. I would say yes, if you're reaching your goals. I mean, like, you're at your goal weight. Are you trying to? I mean, I guess yeah. If you're just happy and you're like getting good results, you feel good. There's no reason not to. Sometimes fiber is more than carbs. Does that mean the carbs are 0 in Europa? No, that means you're in Europe, so the total carbs is actually the net carbs. That's how they list it in Europe. So just go by the total carbohydrates.
What do you think of meal replacement shakes like Slim Fast and Atkins? They're all pretty just much high protein, so not a lot of fat in them. A lot of people like to use them that I've seen as a good option to add them to like a bulletproof coffee because it's already like a fatty coffee and then you pour the shake in. But I personally am not drinking a meal replacement shake. There are good options out there, right? Like Sated has one, Keto Chow has one where you can just make your own meal replacement shake, but you're adding fat to it. So yeah, that's my take. But there's better options than Atkins and Slim Fast.
Do you have a good type 2 diabetic doctor you suggest to follow? I think most keto doctors are honestly good to follow. Like, what's her name?
Dr. Hallberg?
Dr. Sarah Hallberg is probably like the leader in keto for type 2 diabetes. She actually has a study you can look up that's really good for info on that. Who else? Is there anyone else?
Not that I can think of.
Like Dr. Eric Westman, I think he does.
Dr. Westman, yes, he deals with a lot of obesity and diabetics. How long have you been keto? How much weight have you lost? We've been keto like 3 years now, over 3 years.
About 3 years, I think.
And lost no weight. It's more for just health benefits. And I think we're like putting on muscle. We're working on putting on weight. So we're kind of going the opposite route.
I'm spreading the word in the Coachella Valley. You guys should come to Coachella next year.
Yeah.
I'd love to. Megan's never been. I went once.
I don't do like camping. I like to go to the festival all day and then go home. Cause like porta potties are not my jam.
You wake up in the morning. We played slap the bag at like 10 a.m.
When I think about like all the stuff you're eating and drinking, and then like the bathroom situation.
The bathroom situation's terrible.
It's terrible, right?
But like the relief when you have to go to the bathroom so bad, and then you just finally do it, and then you like are walking back out. You're like, why didn't I just do that a couple hours ago? I feel great. But yeah, I went when it was. Who was the headliner? It was Drake when Madonna kissed him.
When counting net carbs from a Quest bar, we subtract sugar, alcohols, erythritol, etc. But if I'm making recipes that call for erythritol, do I count the 4 carbs in the tablespoon or not? Confused when to count substitutes as carbs or not.
It's per teaspoon, I think.
Yeah, it's per teaspoon. And no, you wouldn't count it when you're using it at home as well. If you don't count it in Quest bars, it wouldn't make sense that you would count it when you're cooking with it.
Thank you so much for being so informative, real, and supporting us out here trying to do keto. Doing my meal prep and listening to you two 3 weeks in and feeling better than I have in years. That's from Aaron, $10 donation.
Thank you, Aaron. Congratulations as well.
If I eat too much protein, will it compromise my keto? This is a pretty common question. So, like, the more protein you eat, generally, the less high your ketone reading is going to be. But I guess I don't know what you mean by compromise your keto. Like, having really high ketone numbers doesn't mean you're losing more weight. So, like, finding a good balance of fat and protein that makes you satisfied, like you're full throughout the day, and you feel like you have good energy levels, and you're getting the weight fluctuation results that you want, that's a good ratio to do. But, like, the more protein you eat, the lower your ketones are going to be.
Hey guys, watched 80 Keto this morning. They love Mama Matt's meatloaf, so that's what's for dinner. Thanks for all you do. Because Aaron messaged us, and I was like, oh, just, sorry to let you down, but there's no grandma or mama. It was actually Matt's. So you love Matt's meatloaf.
But it's a joke we have, because whenever we see something and it's like grandma's meatloaf or mama's,
we're just like, no, that's Megan's or Matt's. There's no grandma.
I went to EDC and only ate fruit because I had to pee.
Do you guys have days where you just want to eat? You are looking at that day.
That day's for me right now. I already had
like a million things.
Yeah, I had the weekends I'm trying to take it a little bit more easy. Number one, because we don't do caffeine, so I just can't get as much done. And I'm finding a new love for just laying down and playing video games a little bit. Plus, I got the new Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. So he made the funniest joke today. He's laying on the ground. He's like, do you think the Atlanta Aquarium's going to have room for me in their beluga tank? And I was like, yeah, I think they have a lot of room for you.
Speaking of Drake, Matt, you should do that In My Feelings challenge. Do you know what that is? I've heard people talk about it.
Oh, like where you dance to the song?
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people dancing to it, and I didn't know why, but it might be a challenge.
1 mega equals 4 regular rolls.
What does that mean?
That's on all the sides of like the toilet paper and stuff. And paper towels. That's funny.
I like that. Yeah. I've been keto for about a year and haven't lost much weight. Thinking I should start intermittent fasting. Any suggestions or advice? Haven't done it before because I have coffee first thing in the AM and having a hard time wrapping my head around giving that up.
Wait, what's up?
They haven't lost any weight they've been keto a year and they want to start IF.
Okay.
And they struggle with the idea of like cutting out coffee to like start a later eating window. So to get around that, you could have your eating window earlier. So if you wake up at 7, then start your eating window at 9, 8 or 9, and then cut it off at like 3, 4, 5, 6, and that'll also give your body time to digest everything before you go to bed. So no sleep disruption. And that could be a really good workaround, just an earlier dinner.
Yeah, do like 10 to 6.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like just have your dinner as soon as you get home from work, and then that's it for the night.
And doing intermittent fasting isn't going to guarantee weight loss, right? But it'll help you keep calories in check because you have an eating window, like no more like nightly snacking, which a lot of us can fall into. And I think it's worth trying, especially if you've been thinking about it.
How often should you lean on things like fathead bread, sweet recipes during keto? Every streamer seems to say lazy keto equals garbage. How accurate is that? I think it's all about like how determined you are. So like, here's the thing. Everyone knows eat healthy, like eat your veggies, cook your own food at home, but no one really does that. So yeah, if it was as easy as just saying like go buy meat and veggies and cook that up and do keto, why wouldn't everyone do it? People don't really listen to what's healthy. So hacks that make things taste really good and are much better alternatives for you, like Halo Top ice cream, Quest bars. They're not good, but they're not candy bars. So like people need a middle ground. Most people do, at least like my family. I know like my parents, they're not
And
just
there's
gonna.
nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, so I think wherever you are on that spectrum, like we cook all of our own meals at home basically.
But we also like to make mud cakes, so we're using protein powder for convenience and for enjoyment. So there's always a middle ground.
I don't think it's like a big secret. Like eating desserts and fathead pizzas and stuff all the time is not better than eating like steaks and broccoli. Opinion on drinking diet soda daily, will it stall progress? My opinion would be no. I don't think it would stall progress. Maybe in a select few people, but
Yeah.
for
Maybe
most
try
people, no.
cutting it out if you are interested and you've never gone a day without drinking it, and see how your body reacts to it.
I drink sodas nearly every day, at least a Zevia, but lately I've also been drinking the Sprite Zero.
Because we ran out of Zevia, sadly. We're a habitative creature.
Matt, you a college basketball fan? Watch out for my Kentucky Wildcats. I'm actually not. I can't really. There's just too many teams in college.
Yeah,
I
I don't like college sports because they're just like amateurs, and then like one good dude, and you're like, why am
This
I
is what you
watching?
always say.
Why am I watching me and my friends play basketball on TV? Like it's legitimate that bad.
Because you get to see how much better the really good players are.
Yeah, I'm not into that. Look at this comment.
Yeah.
My man loves you because you got me to finally watch Succession with him.
Oh,
So guys, if you need a show recommendation, HBO Succession season 1 just ended, so you can binge watch all 10 episodes, and it's phenomenal. The acting, the scenes, you're just torn. This is not sponsored by Succession.
Penny donated $2. 5.00. My net carbs are below 10%. Is this low? I don't entirely know what that means, but if your net carbs are below 10%, that is, I mean, it's low relative to most of the world, but as far as keto goes, that seems to be good or even slightly high. Montu Den, $15 donation.
Hey, Candy!
Candy, she was the winner of the Deeper State KetoCon giveaway.
So we got to hang out with her and her husband, who's amazing. He's a Dwayne Johnson fan, just like me.
Ozark season 2 coming up. I don't think we finished season 1. We got a little bored. Like in
Yeah,
episode
I
7.
love Jason Bateman. Like he is my weakness, but that's like we get in and out of shows really
Yeah.
quickly.
I was super into it. First episode hooked me in, but then I just kind of faded.
What can I use in place of erythritol since I haven't purchased any? You can use liquid stevia, but it depends on how much. There's no perfect replacement for erythritol, but in stores you can usually find like it's called Swerve, which is erythritol.
Do we have a cookbook around here?
No, there's one. They're in the junk closet.
Okay. Dorn asked a question.
Dorn, $5 donation. Thank you. Meal prep. What baked recipes from cookbook do you suggest that last throughout the week? The first thing I can think of is the sausage and Gruyere breakfast casserole. That is really, really delicious. We have a couple. We have like the 3-cheese spinach frittata. You can do Mama's meatloaf, which is really good. And you can make like mini meatloaves out of that. We've done that before too.
But if you're looking for more like baked goods, he said baked. I don't really know. There's scones that are really good to meal prep, and you can like mix and match too. They last a while. Store everything basically in the fridge though for keto.
Yeah, exactly.
The muffins, these are really good.
The high fiber, you can even remove the raspberries, just the high fiber muffins on the moon are really good. Your guys' acting is phenomenal. Is it though? Because I was very embarrassed watching it back. I was uncomfortable with how bad mine was, but I enjoyed it.
Quest bars gave me explosive, you know what? There's really only one word that ever goes after explosive, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Ever since then, I still eat them whenever I feel like it.
That's the
Hashtag
best.
sacrifices.
That's the best comment yet. But that being said, the way I look at it is like diarrhea to me is like miles better than constipation, right? Like I'd rather have it all come out of me than it all be inside of me. while I'm trying to eat more food, because you don't stop eating when you're constipated. It just piles up, right?
Yeah. Sacrifices, that's funny. What's something else we do where we're just like, while we're doing it, we're like, this isn't good, but I'm gonna pay for it later. I feel like drinking, like when I'm grabbing drink number 5, I'm like, I probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah, or like if I'm doing a second shot. Like
I
at
think
this
if you're
age.
ever doing shots,
No! College days
I'm all
shots.
set
were
on
like that.
shots. I don't think I ever need
I'm
another
not set on
shot in my
shots.
life.
I'm set on shots with like you, but like if all of my friends
You're out at the bar?
were out here and we were just all hanging and we're like shots, I'd be all about it.
The cereal Quest bar seems to be the worst for keto. Better to choose the original bars. I don't know that I would say that. I would say the hero bars
Are the
are
worst.
the worst for keto. The cereal bars though actually aren't terribly bad. But all of them, honestly, we've tested them a decent amount. They all seem to be pretty, at least when we test them, good for keto, or at least not bad.
Where can we order the keto for normie t-shirts? I do miss those. I forgot
We gotta get a new one made up.
the keto normie. I really just like that one.
Those are discontinued.
I know all of our old shirts are discontinued at this time. We have new shirts though. We're gonna make one.
Which do you prefer, Diet Coke or Zevia Cola? I think taste-wise, of course, Diet Coke, but I prefer drinking Zevia Cola just because the sweeteners and the coloring, there's none of that in there, it's just stevia.
I'm gonna pour, okay. So we used 80-20, so there's a lot of grease in the center. I'm just gonna pour that out.
I don't know how people make these meatsas. I don't think I would really make a meatza if I was just by myself at home.
Neither do I.
Love your channel. What's the most important vitamins to take on keto? I don't necessarily think you need to take any vitamins. Probably the only vitamin I take is vitamin D. I also take cod liver oil, which has vitamin A in it, high amounts of vitamin A. This has vitamin A, D, and E in it.
Okay. Got my pizza.
This might be the worst cook-along recipe we've done.
I'm so sorry. But people, I'm sure if you, I don't know, maybe someone's just turning out, tag us please on Instagram, even if it turned out really bad, because I want to see yours. So I have the pizza here. I'm gonna fill it up. So we're gonna, what do you want to do on the bottom?
I want to do sauce on top.
Yeah, so we're gonna do pepperoni on the bottom. We have these big sandwich style ones, and then we're gonna do 2 different cheeses, or just want to do mozzarella?
Yeah, I don't want to do cheddar. Why would you do
I
cheddar?
don't know. I just trying to mix
But
it
I
up.
want to do Parmesan sprinkled on top.
Okay, he's such a 3-year-old.
I love when I get to just sit here and you do all the work. And
So we're gonna do pepperoni, mozzarella. We have this Rouse marinara sauce. So we get this. You can get it in really any grocery store. And this isn't the only low carb one. There's a lot out there. Just look at the ingredients, look at the nutrition.
Creator, $5 donation. Second day of week-long fast. What's your longest fast and what was your experience? Any tips? Longest one we did was like about 100 hours, 4 days. Our experience is that the big takeaway I had was you'll skip a meal, like say dinner, and you're like, when the time for dinner rolls around, you're like starving. You're like, oh, all I want to do is eat. The only thing I can think about is food. But then like 2 hours go by, and it felt like I just ate a full meal. I wasn't even hungry anymore.
Yeah, we learned a lot about like the signaling that goes on, like
Yeah,
leptin
leptin
and
and
ghrelin. I think that's the coolest part. I'm just layering it all on.
I've been binge watching your videos for the last 3 days and started keto today. Your channel is amazing. Every question I had, y'all have a video on it. Love it.
Thank you.
We try hard.
Yeah, it's been also like 2 years, so I would hope we have it.
Yeah.
Got it down. Okay, now I'm gonna do mozzarella. Are you guys cooking along? Tell me what you're doing. I drink vodka soda. Is it bad? No. Vodka's
Is it bad?
fine on keto, and soda water is also fine on keto. It's like water.
How many grams of sugar can you eat a day when it's inside some of the ingredients, like bacon, less than a half a gram of sugar? How many grams of sugar can you eat a day? I think it's like highly variable. Like if you're just spooning sugar into your mouth, it's a little different than if you're like eating vegetables that have a little sugar in them. So I probably eat like 5 to 10 grams of sugar a day, maybe from veg. Like, let me see, how much sugar is in an avocado?
Should I do more cheese?
Yeah, do more cheese. So like an avocado has 1 gram of sugar. Maybe I have like 5 grams a day, something like that.
Got some more mozzarella. Oh, we have fresh mozzarella. We should have done
You wanna do
that.
some of that? Do it.
It's okay?
Yeah. Put it on top. Stack it all on there.
You can do it. Tell them all the cheeses they can do. They can go.
You guys can do tons of different cheeses. You can do. Would you do goat cheese on this? I guess that you could do that. It wouldn't be as good. I would do like some fresh mozzarella. You could do some Asiago, Parmesan. We're gonna do Parmesan, right?
Yeah. Should I put it on the bottom of the cheese?
What?
Or you put it on top? This.
No, nothing goes on top of the sauce except for a little sprinkle of Parmesan.
Where are the questions at? You're
One
slacking.
sec. Do you guys watch Jeff Nippard? Can you get him on a podcast? We've tried.
I've reached out to him like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I've reached out to Stephanie on behalf or for Jeff. Are you guys going to Dr. Berg's conference? Yes, we are. We will be like doing the questions for the VIP. We might just only be there Saturday though.
What exactly are we doing?
There's 4, so I think in a week he's gonna put up the exact like speaking schedule, but there's 4 30-minute VIP sessions where we can be asked questions. So we'll be doing those sessions on Saturday.
What do you think of the Atkins bars? I wanted to actually look these up. I think they have new ones, right?
Yeah. And then
And
they
it
have the
says-
lift ones.
It says they have 0 grams of sugar alcohols in them. So let me just see if I can find this.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay.
I can't find them right now. I think they still have just the old bars on their site.
I stopped diet soda for 14 days now and the last 5 days I've had insomnia. Could this possibly be related to body adjusting?
Yeah. It could-
Stopping diet soda?
Oh, stopping diet soda?
Yeah, I don't think stopping diet soda would
No.
cause insomnia. Have you also just started the keto diet? Because insomnia could be like a result of that.
How did you guys meet? We met on. Whoa! Someone keeps on. People are just spamming right now. What's happening? There's a bunch of spammers in here.
So let me show you what it looks like so far. It has the pepperoni on the bottom, shredded mozzarella, and then fresh mozzarella on top. Looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna sauce it up. I'll point the Facebook camera down so you guys can see it.
Thank you for working so hard to help others improve their health. In looking for possible cheaper alternatives to your fave, what should I look for when researching MCT oils and protein powders? Good question. For MCT oils, I think the big number one thing you want to look for is derived from coconuts, not from palm oil. And then the second thing is make sure it's like an open formula and it tells you the percentage of C8 and C10 in each. The pretty cheap, good brand I'd recommend on Amazon is Zenwise brand. And then for protein powders, I think you just want to look for a whey isolate. You may be concerned with what kind of sweetener they use. I usually buy the ones that are sweetened with sucralose. Really, that's it. Most whey isolates are going to be just naturally low carb because it's just isolated whey protein. Yo, Matt, saw you play ball in college. How was that experience? Were you keto? Looking back, could you have done college athletics on keto? That's a good question. I don't think my college self could have done keto.
Yeah.
But the experience was pretty good. I didn't play as much. When I was a sophomore, I played a lot. I actually started the entire season, averaged like 12 a game. But I tore my ACL, didn't play as much moving forward, and I'm very much like a fast break, like up and down type of player, but my team was just like drawn out, running through the offense type of style. But I don't know. I feel like you probably, like basketball, explosive sport, you may do not quite as good with a keto diet. But LeBron apparently has experimented with it.
So it looks like a lot of people on Facebook are cooking along because everyone is saying point the food down.
Oh.
Point the camera down, I mean.
Wait, you didn't do the Parmesan cheese?
I thought you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt's gonna sprinkle his Parmesan cheese.
It's actually looking kind of good when you got the
Sauce on top?
Yeah. How long are we baking this for?
I don't know, it's still at 400, what do you think?
Just like a nice little dusting, Parmesan cheese. Not too long, maybe like 10 to 12 minutes, like 8 to 12, somewhere in there.
Okay, so now I'm gonna toss this in the oven. It's still 400 degrees. Let's start with 8, and then we'll check on it.
I'm confused about erythritol. 4 carbs per teaspoon. Is this a sugar alcohol? I'm concerned about too many carbs. Yeah, it's a sugar alcohol. We use it all the time. We subtract it from the net carbs, and we've tested it frequently. We frequently test our blood sugar using erythritol. Every test I've ever done with erythritol, it continues to amaze me on how little impact it has.
Yeah.
So for us, it's fine. Is stevia in the raw okay to use? I think it has dextrose, not so sure. Yeah, it does have dextrose. It's fine in moderation. I wouldn't use it for baking. Like if you use a half a cup of it, that's a lot of dextrose. That wouldn't be very good.
What's the name of your cookbook? I've done keto before, but I can't stick to it for like more than a month. Keto Made Easy. There's a lot of great, actually there's a guide. So it tells you like what meals are great for meal prepping and what like are nut-free and dairy-free and things like that. But if you meal prep, I think it would be a lot easier to stick to the keto diet. It's helped us a lot.
In protein powder, why use whey, not plant? Because whey has like twice as much leucine, twice as much of the muscle building amino acids than plant protein. So to get like the 3 grams of leucine that stimulates muscle protein synthesis, you need like 60 grams of plant protein where you would only need like 20 to 25 grams of whey protein. What part of Hawaii did you go to?
We went to Oahu.
Honolulu? We went, Honolulu, right? Or no? Waikiki?
Waikiki.
I think Waikiki is part of Honolulu.
Oahu. Did we go to Oahu?
Oahu is the island.
Oh, okay. And then Honolulu, and then inside of Honolulu, Waikiki?
I didn't love it.
We didn't love it, yeah.
I would say go to like the Big Island. People say it's more naturey. This is just kind of touristy and
Super touristy.
yeah.
And Matt can't like sit on the beach for more than 30 seconds. So like we didn't do any beach stuff.
We ate a lot of poke though. $5 from Wake Me Up, JoJo. Do you still take Zip-Fizz, and if so, how many tubes a day? Or do you take anything to help with potassium?
I do still take Zip-Fizz. I take half a tube, like maybe 3 times a week, just for the caffeine before a workout. So it's always a pre-workout. I'll mix it with some water, down it, and it'll give me an energy boost. But for potassium, otherwise, I've been doing more spinach. Matt does avocado. Vega Hydrator is a great supplement that doesn't have caffeine. You can add to your water if you want something else other than Zip-Fizz.
Do you count the 4 carbs in Orange Monster energy drink, and how are things 0 calories but has carbs? I think they use erythritol.
Yeah.
So that's how.
Because you don't count those. I miss cereal the most as their replacement. I miss cereal the most too. But like nothing can replace Honey Bunches of Oats in my heart. So no. Thoughts on L-carnitine?
We've experimented with it quite a bit. It seems like so you get enough carnitine just eating a keto diet. But supplementing it, I think we notice marginal benefits from it.
Yeah, not enough though where I'm supplementing it every single day.
Yeah, there's a lot of things where I feel like I notice a little something, but then I don't really stick with it. So that's where I would say carnitine.
Especially because we are getting it. Where can I find the burnt butter?
Burn butter?
Are you talking about burn butter, the packets? You can get them online, burnbutter.com.
Is that the site?
I don't know.
You're just making up websites. Burnbutter.com.
Just look for burn butter online. But my favorite is the mocha. There's also hazelnut and original.
Isn't there like a lime one or something? Margarita?
No, it's just the burn butter, the packet.
Yeah.
You can also get them on Amazon, I saw.
Why do you boil the bones in your broth recipe?
Boil them?
The bone broth?
Oh, because like when you
the imperfections, right?
What?
You skim off like the
gross, stuff that comes off of the bones. It just like cleans the bones, slightly softens them, but like also gets them ready for the broiling or the baking process.
Hey guys, when are you coming to Dublin, Ireland?
Ooh, that would be fun.
It would. It's not like
Probably
top of
not
the
soon
list.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think right now we want to stay home base for a while. We got our 6-inch skillet off of Amazon. We get Lodge is all, no, I actually got it at Target, but Amazon has all of them too. Lodge is the brand that we get of skillets.
I saw a couple videos on making ghee. Have you tried to make it yourself? We have not. Although I did just make something really awesome.
Oh, clotted cream. That's for a recipe too. You guys, you're going to have to make it. You're going to be in heaven when you eat it.
Clotted cream. It doesn't look that
Can I get
appetizing,
a spoon?
but it is that appetizing.
That's Facebook, and I show YouTube.
Clotted cream.
It's like it's almost like condensed, like a thick condensed milk.
I've been putting it on top of my mug cakes.
It's delicious.
We talk about mug cakes a lot.
We are mug cake fiends.
I think our next cookbook has to be a mug cake cookbook.
Been doing keto since February. Recently had a major case of Charley horse cramps. Thought it was only in the beginning. More electrolytes maybe, more salt. Yeah. Maybe you just like slowly, without realizing, decrease the intake of electrolytes. But yeah, just up the electrolyte intake. It's usually potassium, I think, with the cramping.
Staying home base, code for pregnant mega.
No, maybe.
Matt, will you ever go to India? Will your wedding be an Indian wedding?
Yeah, we are gonna go to India definitely at some point. But we're not gonna have an Indian wedding. That would be like really ridiculous and expensive.
I think if I go to India, I'm gonna pretend I'm an NBA basketball player.
He just carries a basketball everywhere. What else? Ooh.
Is it bad to have BPC every day when I'm trying to lose weight? I try to stick to weekends only, but I love it. So, I mean, it's just calories. It's like, I don't know how many calories you're putting in there, but I do like probably a 250 calorie bulletproof coffee every morning. You have to kind of weigh out, if you're trying to lose weight, does those 250 calories in your coffee, liquid fat that you're drinking, does that satisfy you more than say like 3 scrambled eggs? You have to just weigh that out because it's the same calorie amount basically. So if you're trying to lose weight, it's really about what makes you satisfied, what makes you not that hungry, so it's easier to restrict your calories
just
a
having
little
some
bit.
protein in the morning, keep you fuller longer. Think about things like that.
I just ordered burn butter from the company. I told them I saw you love them and they're flowing you on FB and posted your video. Oh, following us. Awesome.
Nice, thank you.
You can't really make clotted cream in the USA because you can't get the cream with the high fat content. I think you can make it. I made it. So
It's really good too. It tastes like it.
I think it's better to start probably with a higher fat cream, but the process of making the clotted cream, doesn't that further increase the fat of the cream? Because like there was a lot of watery, milky runoffs that we didn't use. So I think it just increases the cream as you make it, like the fat content. I'm not sure though. It's my first time ever.
Okay, meats is out. I did 8 minutes and it's like boiling. You can hear it like sizzling.
It looks like a good meatza.
It does. It looks intense. So we should let it cool, or what's up?
Let it cool a little bit.
Okay, and then we'll cut into
We
it.
need more Parmesan sprinkles. We need like some basil on top.
Basil, right there. We got that big jar of basil under
Where?
the gut fat.
Oh.
How do I get my body to crave fats? I mostly crave proteins and sweets. If you do mostly crave protein, then just add a lot of fat to the protein, you know. But craving fat, I don't know. I guess I crave my bulletproof coffee. If it's delicious, then I crave it. So find something that you enjoy eating, like maybe fat bombs. That could be a good route to go for you.
Eric Ham's back. How about China? Ever thought about visiting?
Yeah, we have.
Do you ever put a red dot on your forehead?
Someone asked that?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I was asking you about them the other day. I didn't really understand why, the reasoning behind it. Do you have real jobs or just YouTube? So demeaning. Do you have real jobs or just YouTube?
We have real jobs.
So
and
YouTube isn't our job.
It's part of our job.
It's part of
Like
our
right
job.
now, it is Sunday afternoon, and we are with you guys. We're hanging out. We're doing a live stream. That to me is dedication. That's a job, right?
Working overtime over here.
Yeah, we could not be doing this.
But we have a food blog.
Yeah, that's probably our baby, right? We started with the food blog.
Yeah.
Then we do everything, right? Podcasting. So everything,
Cookbook.
like, yeah, we have a cookbook out. We're working on our second cookbook, which is really exciting. Where did you get the recipe for the clotted cream from? It's actually our recipe, and we have to shoot the video still,
Yeah.
but it's a really
gonna
great
film it.
recipe, and we're excited to share it.
I mean, I looked up a bunch of recipes online. It's not like a very unique recipe. There's one ingredient, just cream, heavy cream.
But it's nice to have someone show it to you.
No, I've never heard Brits talk about this, and you can't get it authentic. Real clotted cream is supposedly way better. Yeah, we actually bought real clotted cream before from the grocery store, like a fancy grocery store, imported from Britain, and it was good. This one is better though, if I'm being honest, but that's because it's homemade. But it does taste a lot like the one we bought in the store.
What?
Nothing.
Why do you can't just laugh at the camera and not tell everyone what's happening?
So the top comment on our skip video is that you should watch it at 1.5x speed so it sounds normal.
Do we talk slow?
Apparently we do. It sounds like you guys smoke weed. That's what they said.
Oh.
I feel like I'm trying to
Matt,
make it easily understandable. I also just naturally talk really slow.
yeah, and like look really high.
That's true.
Hello, Matt and Mega. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Whoa.
Sorry, I
You
burned
okay?
myself on the skull. Happy Sunday.
What about the regular Sunday Project X teas? We're still working on it, guys. It's gonna be. You're not gonna know about it for a few months.
Project X. Here's the teas.
Ariana with a $5 donation. I
Thank
love
you.
watching you and you keep me motivated. I've been on keto for about 2 weeks and I feel great. Quick, easy recipes are my fave. Hate my kitchen.
Oh, I thought the last thing I glanced at it really quick. I thought it said "hate my children," but that's great. 2 weeks, you're deep in it. Keep sticking to it. Should we cut into this?
Yes, we
It's
should.
beautiful,
Cut
guys.
into it.
Look, I will show Facebook first. So I topped it with some basil and some more grated Parmesan. And that's it. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut into it. Let's see how it'll come out. I'll point Facebook down for you guys.
Did you use any sugar substitutes the first month on keto?
We did not. We did have Quash bars though.
Yeah, we weren't like super strict at the start, I would say. We got stricter over time.
I definitely wasn't doing as high of a fat as probably would have been like beneficial for me.
I got that Blue Dream, Matt. It's your fave. It's up there, I would have to say.
What's Blue Dream?
Blue Dream? It's a strain.
Oh, I thought that was a joke about exogenous ketones.
No, that could be a joke about exogenous ketones, though. They should start naming the ketones like they do the weed strains.
Well, okay.
It's falling apart on her. Why does your kitchen look different?
We moved. It's hard to cut through mozzarella usually, like fresh mozzarella, isn't it?
Yeah. We're having some problems here, guys.
You can just eat it right outside of the skillet. Oh my god.
Get it, get it, get it.
Not bad. There's the slice. What?
People. When will your ice cream video be coming out? We are still in the process of filming that. Probably not for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
We've only tested 2 of them so far. We're gonna do, I think, 7.
8.
7 or 8. So it's gonna be a little while.
Okay. Should we try it? Is anyone else trying it?
Try it. Let's go, guys. Get in there. I want to try mostly toppings. I want the basil piece. Cut me right there.
Dude, there's a whole other
Just
pizza.
cut me this. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna take some of that cheese.
Just be easy.
You getting in there?
Yeah, I am. Go for it.
I was waiting to go at the same time. Tastes like pizza.
Yeah, it tastes legitimate.
Really good. I didn't try much of the actual crust though.
I'm gonna try the crust right now.
That is delicious.
Yeah. I'm into it.
How do you handle staying keto when you're the dinner guest? I don't know that we've had that situation recently.
I have a lot.
Oh, how do you do it?
At someone's house, you're saying? I mean,
Yeah.
you just eat what's available, and if it's not, then you have like the weird where you're like, oh, I don't eat that, like, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, and you know, you just have to have that conversation and like make it as easy for them to understand as possible. But sometimes I'll just come home and I've just eaten very little, or like I know where I'm going and I'll eat beforehand just to have a workaround. But you just have to tell them, like, I don't eat certain things. There's always a meat, I'd imagine, or some veggies. Anything else?
We need cannabis edible fat bombs. Honestly, you can just substitute any kind of normal butter in for like cannabis butter, can of butter. Should be pretty fine. Like the Fat Bomb Bible, a treasure trove. What are your favorite websites for recipes? I normally am looking up non-keto recipes that I can try making keto friendly. So like, but I think I just like Google usually.
Pinterest?
Pinterest.
It's a great place to just search for recipes. Did you season the ground beef? Yes, we did, with oregano, and then like a pre-seasoned mix we had that has garlic, onion, salt, pepper, parsley, just like a lot of different flavors going on.
I'm so hungry I have a headache.
You should go eat. All right, guys, should we call it? It's been exactly an hour.
It has? Okay. We'll be back. Are we going to be back next Sunday or am I going to be gone?
Next Sunday, you'll be here.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next Sunday. This is so much fun. Hopefully, we'll have a better recipe than Meatza. But Meatza is delicious, so like, make it.
Yeah, submit recipe suggestions to us, guys. On Instagram is probably the best way to do it.
We love you.
See you guys.
Bye.